over to you, bruv. Sorry.
No, don't apologize, man. I couldn't agree with absolutely every single one of you and the angles that you've brought to the table. I guess I'll only ever speak for myself. I'm a massive advocate of giving a manager time prior to this Ineos takeover. I 100% believe that without a structure, you have to build an ideology of a manager, and it would have taken 4 years minimum because we were so poorly run. I think we can now honestly revisit my comments and now look at how we've moved with the structure and understand that overall it would have taken at least 4 years minimum under one manager. A lot of people trying to cook me for that, but obviously weren't thinking long term. It's quite evident now that we've got a structure in place. So I don't care if the manager stays or not, because I believe, given what they've done outside of the manager's part, shall we say, that they're moving correctly in a way that we all appreciate. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the manager choice that they've made was incorrect. I'm not going to sit there and believe that they've given this manager a belie. I think if you look at the facts of the matter, yes, when they came in, they literally went fresh, clean slate. And with the manager situation, when it was a case of, they're looking at other managers, people surface leveled that and went, see, they're disrespecting Ten Hag. And I said, just deep it, right? You have a serious organization taking over one of, if not the biggest sporting company in the world, right? You are going to be cutthroat no matter what in every department, and they have been. Now, they have to look at the managers that they want, and they also have to look at the current manager, and they have to be objective. Anyone that's successful, Terry, you'll know this specifically, and anyone else personally who was successful in anything in life, you have to be objective and cutthroat at the same time with all the facts and figures that are there. That's facts. Whether sport, business, or whatever. I believe they've done that with Ten Hag. And I genuinely believe that they've said to my man, yes, we are looking at other managers. Ten Hag then came out and said, yeah, I know they were speaking to other managers. And he was cool with it. Why was he cool with it? Because he's had to vet on an honest level for his own job again. I genuinely believe they've spoken to other managers as well as spoken to Ten Hag, and he's became the best out of the options that were there at that time. Therefore, they've given him the opportunity. However, what I will say, on top of that, if Ineos have got rid of Ten Hag's coaching staff because he realised that that wasn't an area that was decent, they've taken away his power in the transfer market, which we've evidently seen. So they've not literally just gone, oh, here you go, Ten Hag, there's a free lift, you're going to carry on because we've got no one else. They've identified areas of Ten Hag's behaviours that are not good enough because he shouldn't be running the club anyway. And they've taken that responsibility away. They've taken ownership of that and said, you go and do this. So I genuinely believe they will back this manager, and I don't see a short-term sacking just because we've lost 3-0 to Liverpool and there's a lot of struggle there. However, what I will say is these small little comments that are coming out from him is not helping him. And I do believe he's under pressure. I do believe also that with the Van Nistelrooy situation, Ineos are smart enough to go, if they go over down the second route and they can't still find a replacement, Van Nistelrooy would take that seat, no problem. And I genuinely believe they would support and back him. So I'm not panicking for him. I'm not. He's got a lot of improvements to do. But at the same time, I'm looking at the first 2 games of the season. I wasn't hearing this level of energy or this heat. Like, it wasn't there. We've lost to Liverpool. People are pissed. And I'll claim exactly what I said. There are going to be people from last season, Terry, absolutely, that are still bitter that Ineos have wanted to keep him on. There are fans that still don't want him there. That's fine. But now you're carrying that bitterness into the next season. And what you're actually doing is utilizing the Liverpool result as a means to then go back and start talking about Ten Hag out and get your frustrations out like a child. In my honest opinion, I genuinely don't believe that this is how Ineos are thinking. That's just my genuine opinion, based on what I'm looking at objectively and the stats that are there. Go for it, bro.
But isn't the football the same? Aren't the issues the same?
Not in my opinion. I believe we're closing down spaces better. I see a 4-2. I see a 4-2-4 on the. I see a 4-2-4 on the press.
That's fine. Off the ball, yeah, slight improvements. On the ball, still asking players to do things they're not capable of executing. Still leaving players isolated,
like what specifically? Sorry, Indiana. Like what specifically?
Casemiro, for instance. I don't know much about Ugarte, but what I do know is if you leave any footballer. So we're banking on everything changing with Ugarte, by the way. That's where we are. And if everyone's telling me, this is another point, by the way. If everyone's telling me that we're exposing Casemiro and the problem is that his legs have gone, then that's a managerial problem as well, because this guy works with him day in, day out. He should know what his legs are like. So why is he leaving him there? Why is he not sitting someone else next?
Indiana, just quickly, bro. No one said anything about Casemiro against Fulham. Nobody said against Fulham. I was at the game, bro, watching Casemiro, and he bodied it. No one said these things about him. Now he's had one shit performance against Liverpool, and it's like his legs are gone.
Forget about it. He had a bad game. He did have a bad game.
It was horrible, yeah, facts.
But that's also a problem. That's a problem. Do you know why that's a problem?
What,
because
that players have
a bad game. You can't be carried in this side. Nobody can be carried.
Unfortunately, yes, you can, because we're not big Man United anymore. If this was a Sir Alex Ferguson team, no stress. If this was big Man United, no problem. But what the reality of our team, Indiana, the reality of our team, whether I like it or not, because I hate it. I'll be honest, I hate it. I'm not saying this to be right. I fucking hate it. The reality of our team is we're not operating, have not been operating in a way where we can actually have these standards upon us, even if we want them. We are, as a fan base, we are spoilt brats that actually got to enjoy the most glorious part of what we believe is probably the best era in football. Now we don't have that. We're now struggling to understand the process that allowed us to get that glory in the first place. And some of us don't want to stick there. We are not being in a situation where Casemiro can't make mistakes in the game. I'm not sitting here saying, wait there, sorry, bro. I'm not sitting here, saying Casemiro didn't make mistakes left, right, and centre. He needs to be crucified because you are at Man United and you are a seasoned footballer. Facts. But it doesn't mean it's not going to. It's not going to happen. You're going to get players. Sadly, it was against Liverpool. This was against Fulham. No stress. But if he did what he did,
hold on. Maybe the situation is though. Should he have not known? Like the one thing I will say with the Liverpool game is, you know what Cass is capable of now, right? He's capable of bossing a game like Fulham, but I think against the big teams we can't be playing them.
No, it's obvious now. Let me ask you something. And that's everyone on the panel. Everyone's starting 11 would have had Casemiro win it before the Liverpool game. Don't chat shit to me. You watched the first two games. No. You've all had Casemiro win.
But hold on, hold on. You're making a good point. But the counterpoint to that is, realistically, I'm not a manager. I'm not in training. I don't know the players like he does. I don't like if he were to put out Collier, just let's say he did it, I would have been impressed and shocked. And I know what you're saying, because we're all looking at who's our best players, right? Casemiro is all we have to deal with at the moment. So for me, if he's got to figure out in these situations now, and I'm not even blaming, like I'm not even doing the scapegoat thing. I'm just saying moving forward, he should be looking at our team and saying, if it means I've got to play Collier over Casemiro, I'm gonna do it. And that's what we need to see him do.
Cool.
No, no.
Wait,
it doesn't matter who the midfielder is. It doesn't matter who the midfielder is.
Oh, no, I get this, but let me just respond to the Casemiro thing, because that's what we're on, right? Moving forward, that's fine. But we weren't talking about moving forward. We're talking about the game against Liverpool and prior to him starting. So we're saying, so the two games beforehand, he bossed it. Absolutely bossed it. Then he's played. Everybody's putting Casemiro in the team. He's then fucked up at half-time. Off-time, he's got subbed. That's what you should be doing anyway. So I don't see the problem. We're just gassing because it was Liverpool and we're fucked.
I get where you're coming from.
Let's have an honest conversation.
We'll come back to that in a second. Griggs, how do you see this? Because is it the glaring holes in the midfield? Are they a bigger issue than Casemiro's ability to distribute? How do you see this?
Obviously, Casemiro is a liability. I've been saying this for about 18 months. The guy loves a first-time pass. He can't do it. He can't be a 1 in a 3-1-6. No one can really be a 1 in a 3-1-6 unless your name is Rodri, but it definitely can't be Casemiro. And it's not going to be Ugarte either, because he loves to do the same exact passes that Casemiro does. You're going to see Ugarte try the same exact shit. But that's not the biggest issue is, like, Casemiro's downfall was coming anyway, but Ten Hag superseded it by fast forward the process by at least 18 months because of how he approaches the game. That's my issue with Ten Hag. I understand what Ineos tried to do when they kept him. Ratcliffe talked about it. He wants to give a manager his 100% efforts to back him and all that kind of stuff. And he did that this summer. He got him players. He got him better coaching staff, guys that maybe can also help him. But there's some coaches that don't deserve that. And Erik Ten Hag is one of those coaches, because we have not been bad just last season. We have been bad since the Carabao Cup final. If you look at our statistics, since that Carabao Cup final against Newcastle, we have a negative goal difference. That was 18 months ago. That's a very long time. That is a very, very long time. We have a negative goal difference over 18 months. At Manchester United, we're not Crystal Palace. We're not Everton. We're not meant to be that kind of club.
You're making
That
me
is what
drink,
he-
bruv. You're making me drink hearing this. Keep going.
That's what it is. And then we also have we grew up on this lightning attack. We grew up on always making every coach under Man United was able to have a good attack. Even Jose, we had the 4-0 FC. David Moyes in the beginning had a good attack. LVG with Di Maria, Rooney, we had a lightning attack. I look at United, other than Marcus Rashford turning into Mbappe for a space of 3 to 4 months, Ten Hag has not been able to coach an attack at all. I'm seeing him build the play. You took Casemiro out at halftime, right? You brought on Collier. Nothing changed. I saw Collier at left wing. Why is my 6 at left wing? There's no coaching doing. I've never seen a coach ignore the midfield like Erik Ten Hag. He wants his center backs to be the main progressors no matter what. Never his DM. That works in the Eredivisie. In the Premier League, especially at the top level, name me a successful team that has not had a respectable ball-playing 6. We grew up on Michael Carrick and Paul Scholes. I've been watching Michael Carrick comps for the last 3 days. I cry every single time I see it. I literally see it. Casemiro is wearing Paul Scholes' number, by the way, 18. That number used to mean something. Now it's worn by this guy. And I just don't like anything. Marcus Rashford has 0 shots in 3 games this season. He used to be shoot on sight, Marcus Rashford. Now he gets the ball and he turns into Man City Jack Grealish. He's turned into what everyone else wanted him to turn into. That's no player is thriving. Amad Diallo is the only one. And guess why he's thriving? Because he hasn't really been coached by Erik Ten Hag too much yet. Because he didn't play that much. If you want him, look at Kobe Mainoo. I'm seeing Kobe Mainoo put N'Golo Kante stats up. That's not okay. He's not meant to be putting N'Golo Kante stats up. I don't want to see Kobe Mainoo have 10 interceptions in the game because that means that he's doing someone else's role that he's not meant to be doing. He's meant to be the guy that connects.
How is he not meant to be doing that? Why would you not want that?
No. It's a volume. It's the volume, Benji.
Why would you not?
You know why?
Because
He's not N'Golo Kante.
No,
That's
why?
not
I'll give you an example. I've got a guard dog, but I don't want him to have to. I don't want him to bite an intruder. But he's there.
Wait,
like I don't want to intercept
the ball. That's what we're saying. That's
we don't want to be attacked. We don't want to be attacked so much that he has to intercept that regularly.
Yeah.
Why were these interceptions? Were they in our final third 24/7? Because I guarantee they weren't.
No, what I'm trying to say is a player like Kobe Mainoo.
That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit.
Yeah, but no, Neji.
I'm trying to say Kobe Mainoo is so good that he could put these stats up because he's that great of a midfielder. But that's not what he should be doing.
Why not?
Meant to be doing? Because
Explain
that's not
why
his
not.
role. That's not meant to be his role.
No,
What is his role?
You want an 18-year-old midfielder.
No, forget his age. What is his as a footballer? What is his role?
I'm not going to forget his age because this is how Pedri has had
18-year-old Kobe Mainoo. Tell me what his role is. What is his role?
I don't even know because he's gonna have to do everything.
How can you say you don't know what? How can you say it's not his role if you don't know what his role is in the first place? That's like me, yeah, saying, "Oh, Terry, bro, your role is to host, yeah." But wait, I didn't know your role was to host. So why are you hosting? Makes no fucking sense. If you don't know what his role is, don't say that's not his role. If you know
in the Erik Ten Hag midfield, you have no role.
You're chatting shit.
In the Erik Ten Hag midfield.
You're wasting my time at 6 minutes past 9 chatting shit about Kobe Mainoo.
You're wasting my time when you're done.
You don't know his role.
No. Chill.
You see why I called this? You see why I called this show heated? Like I knew. This
is how this club, by the way, ruined Paul Pogba. It's like asking Paul Pogba to do N'Golo Kante's role. Now you want Kobe Mainoo to do the same shit.
What is his role?
It's not meant to be N'Golo Kante's role.
You shouldn't be doing that in a role.
He should be a connector. He should be connecting the third phase and the first phase. He's meant to be the attacking 8. Instead, he's had to do the role. He has to do Casemiro's work, and he has to do Bruno's work, and he has to do
okay. So that's his role then. So you lied to me. So you do know his role.
I'm trying to infer what it is based on Erik Ten Hag's system because the guy doesn't know how to coach a midfield. Because Casemiro half the time is either crashing the box or he's the one in the 3-1-6. He has no defined role. Bruno has no defined role because he's all over the place. Bro,
I think you're wrong, and the reason why I think you're wrong is because I think they're doing what the manager's asking of them. It's not about whether he knows how to coach them, because he clearly does. He clearly does. Like we've seen him change. We've seen different types of Man United under him. The issue is the instruction from the manager. They're doing what he's asking them to do.
Absolutely.
And that is the problem. And nobody's getting it, which is why I'm saying to you, it won't matter whether it's Kobe or Ugarte or Casemiro or Casemiro's legs is gone. What's happening is when you play this type of football, you expose players. And Casemiro will get exposed playing this type of football. And this is on the manager. These are his choices. This is the decision. Terry, you mentioned mistakes. He doesn't see any mistakes. I'm telling you, I guarantee this is why he looked back at the game and he came out with XG. Or he'll look at the game and you'll see slight improvements. He always talks about slight improvements because he's ignoring the issues. Do you remember when last season we were conceding the same goal over and over again, the gap in the midfield, exactly the same thing. That's a byproduct of how he wants to play.
I think he sees it. I think he sees it. You're right. As do you know what? It nearly worked if we didn't give that pass away. So we'll do it again because next time, next time it might work. I don't think he's realized. Again, Pep Guardiola's so great because he's adapted his style not only when he joined the Prem, but he's adapted it within the last 7 to 8 years. You have to adapt, and I think that Ten Hag just isn't doing that well enough. We can all see this glaring hole, and Arnie.